Now, President Biden announced a new expansion to the Venezuela parole program. Watch this.
My administration is going to expand the parole program for people not only from Venezuela, but from Cuba, Nicaragua, and Haiti. These four countries account for most of the people now traveling into Mexico. Do not just show up at the border. Stay where you are and apply legally from there. Starting today, if you don't apply through the legal process, you will not be eligible for this new parole program.
There you have it. From four countries, don't come to the border applying for asylum, do it from home. Don't come to the border. So Batya Ungar-Sargon joins us now. Batya, you don't think much to this program, do you?
You know, we actually know what works in terms of securing the border because we had a president who was very good at doing all of those things. Things like remain in Mexico, asking people to apply for asylum in a country that they pass through to get to the United States southern border. You know, it's so funny to me that President Biden now is using Title 42, an expanded version for this parole program, when we only still have Title 42 because of the Supreme Court, right? They were trying to axe it. So why isn't he doing any of the things that actually work? Honestly, it comes back to the class divide. We have a huge class divide in this country that separates the college educated from the working class.
Wait. Immigration, cross-border traffic, illegal migration.
Yeah.
What's that got to do with class divisions in the United States?
Exactly.
Well, what's it got to do with
people that come here who are not educated, they are coming here to compete with people whose jobs involve labor, whose jobs involve work.
That's
They
true.
do not compete with people like us. They do not compete with people who use language and words and the knowledge industry and a college education in order to make their money. They compete with the working class. And because there are now 2 million more people available to work in those working class jobs, they suppress the wages of working class Americans. And that is why President Biden has thus far refused to do anything to secure the border, because the Democratic Party is now very much on the side of the college educated in that divide. They think everyone should get a college degree and we should keep importing people to do service industry jobs, to do manufacturing jobs. And, you know, it's very dispiriting, because at the end of the day, you need a strong working class. You need a working class whose wages are going up, like today's jobs report showed. And instead, what the Democrats seem to want to do is, you know, effectively, if not consciously, subcontract out hiring to the Mexican cartels.
That's fascinating. And very good point there. Now, the liberal media, they were absolutely outraged when Governor DeSantis of Florida bussed migrants to New York City. Watch this.
Chatter now that what these governors, including Ron DeSantis, have done is to have trafficked these families. It's just cruel, and it's sick, and it's sadistic.
It's a stunt using human beings to score political points.
The governor of Colorado, Jared Polis, is doing exactly the same thing. He's shipping migrants from Colorado to New York City, but the media is totally silent on this. It's because the governor of Colorado is a Democrat, isn't it?
Absolutely, and they see him as part of their side. I mean, the hypocrisy runs so deep here. The side that claims to care about, you know, the working class and labor, effectively destroying their possibilities of having these wage increases, and then going after Governor DeSantis for standing up for that.
Yeah, I got it. Good points. Batya Ungar-Sargon Batya Ungar-Sargon. I'm sorry, it's on the prompter and I missed it again. Come back soon, okay? I'll get it right.